So I'm going to start with just wetting all the bits of my bridle. So I'm just going to get a little bit of water on here, squeeze it out a bit to make sure it's not too wet, and then just take one coat of water over my whole bridle, front and back, to make sure it's ready for the saddle soap. So I've now just washed everything, well not washed, I've gone over it in water. So it's all nice and wet, but it's not too wet because it might stiffen up and it'll cause quite a few problems. So now I'm just going to get my leather soap and put, because I've already wet it, I do not need to put more on. I'll use the same sponge and just get a little bit on here and just wipe it gently over my tack, like so, until I've done that all. You can go over it more than once if you like, but as I clean my tack quite often, I only go over it once. So then it goes like that. If you need to, you can give it a little scrub. You should just have enough on that it's enough to clean it. But if you start getting like foam, you don't have too much on. So you want to wipe it up and get less soap on so you don't ruin your tack. So now I've just done my brow band, so it's nice and black and clean. And so now I'm going to get on with the rest. Yeah. So especially with these cheap pieces, they have a lot of like small keepers, they have butterfly clips, they also have movable keepers, they have sewn down keepers, they have lots of like little folds and like stuff where dirt and grime can get in. So it's very important to have your sponge and to go all around the little buckles just to make it as clean as possible. And if you get all the dirt out as much as you can, it'll be a lot better in the long term for your tack, and it will not be in danger of snapping or anything like that. So So I have now cleaned all my tack with the tack soap, so I'm going to put the lid on this and put this and the sponge to one side. So now I'm going to pick up the leather gel and get the new sponge, not new but the leather sponge. I'm going to put a little bit, tiny bit, that on there, so like a pea-sized bit on there. Just going to move it around a bit so it doesn't all go in one place like that. Then I'm going to pick up my brow band like so, and then I'm just going to gently just go along there, and it will all eventually rub in. So you just keep going over the same bit with the same bit of sponge that you've got it on. Make sure you're getting all the little crannies like so. And once you feel there's enough on there, this is the inner side of the brow band, and you can see it's starting to look a bit shiny. So I'll just go over it a bit more like so, and then turn it over. Still use the same bit because this is enough for a brow band, and this just gives, this leather gel just gives it a little bit of shine, and it also conditions it so it makes it last a bit longer. So there you go. There's the brow band done, and you can see it's nice and shiny. I've conditioned all my tack with the gel, and I'm just going to let it dry for a minute so it lets it all sink in. There isn't really, you can use as much as this as you would like. You can go over it as many times as you want, but just make sure it's all rubbed in. And I just personally let it dry, soak in a bit before I all put it back together. So now I'm going to grab my bit. She wears a single jointed loose ring snaffle, just a plain simple bit. So now I'm just going to go clean it in the sink. So the bit is looking all nice and clean. I personally do not wash my bits with soap because I don't like them to have the taste of soap in their mouth, because then they might anticipate it and they might not want to take the bit anymore. So I just use plain water, hot or cold. Hot normally gets it off better. Yeah, just like that. Scrub it and then dry it with a towel. So now I'm going to start putting my bridle back together. So I'm going to do it from the top down to the bottom. So I'm going to start with my headpiece. So if you look at it like this, think which way the throat lash is going to go under. So for me, it's going to be this way. So it goes under like that and does up there. So you're going to keep it like this, and then you're going to grab your brow band here. So if you fold your brow band like that, you can put it all on one side. So it goes like that. So you can get the two short ends, thread it through like so, and make sure it goes through that, so it'll be like that. And then you push it all the way through. Then you hold this end and you pull this one all the way over the headpiece to where that goes on the other side. So it'll be like that. So this is so now you've got your headpiece on the top and your brow band. So next we want our nose band. So I'm just going to put this over my head like this, just to be able to see where this would go. So throat lash does up that side, which means, so you want it to go like this. So this bit will go through the brow band and under the headpiece, and then it will do up on that side, so it'll look like that. So now we're going to just thread it through. So take it off, thread this bit through this side like that, so it goes like under there, and then just push it through, and then you can pull it and pull it right the way through, because then it has to, so you fold it like that, and it goes. This bit then go through to the other end. Make sure the brow band doesn't fall off like mine's about to do. So that bit goes through there, like that, and then you just pull it until like that. And I've just put mine on backwards, so now I'm gonna have to, I'll take it out, put it on again, because the nose band has to be facing the same way as the headpiece. So this bit, you can even hold it like that, so that bit goes that way. So you get it like right this time, you thread it under, through the brow band and keep it under the headpiece, thread it through, second time, second try, thread it back through there and pull, just pull it out so it's like that, and you get this end bit that's attached to the nose band as well. You get the bit that you've just threaded under the headpiece and through the brow band to get this end, And you have to, before you actually undo this, you have to memorise what holes it goes on. So for drum, it'll go on the top hole. So just gonna thread that through there like this and do it up on the top hole. Just make sure it's secure, and then you can put these bits through the keepers like so, just to make sure it doesn't come out when you're riding and fall apart. That bit goes on there like that. So now you have a headpiece, brow band and a noseband. Okay, so next you have your cheek pieces, these. So these bits with the butterfly clip go on the bit. So the buckles go on the side of the headpiece. So also you have to memorise what hole it will be on. You put this buckle up there. It does not matter, you don't have to memorise which one goes on each side. Anyone, so drums is at the top again. So that goes through the top hole like that, so it just should be like hanging down like that. And then obviously put it through the keepers. Make sure it's all safe and secure. So we've now got, so from the side it'll look like this, your cheek pieces here. So now we're going to do the other side, this side. So get the other cheek piece, make sure it's the right way around. Get the other side of the headpiece, put it up to the hole you want it to be on. And this side drums are obviously on top again. So just put it in like that. And obviously put it through the keepers. After you've like conditioned it, or if you have conditioner or soaped it, I think that's the word anyway, it should be nice and supple to get back in, even if it wasn't to pull out. So we've now got both sides. So we've both sides on the cheek pieces. Cheek piece, cheek piece. And if you really want, if your noseband's wonky like mine is, you can pull down one side of the noseband and pull up the other, and so it can become even. That's just if you want it to be even. Okay. Next, you put on the bit, and I'm just going to show you this. So the bit, you might be able to see, but it has like a curve, so there's like a rainbow there. A little one. So if it's facing this way, your horse's teeth should go with the curve. So when you put it on, it should be like that. So it's this way because it goes with them. See? And one way, you can close it all the way like that. And one way, you can't. So you want the way that goes all the way back. That's really important, otherwise it will really hurt the mouth. So you want it like that. Okay, we're going to keep it like this. Keep it in your hand like that. Get your bridle. If you really want, you can put it over your head. Okay, so you still have it like this. Oh, it's going to fall off. Right, so you still have it like this. You get one of your cheek pieces here, and the butterfly clip has to go on the inside, so it should be against their face. So you get a bit ring, or whatever you want to attach it to. You put it in, like that. Do up the butterfly clip on here. Yeah, if I can get it to go through. So you do up this, like that. So I'd put it through both keepers first, and then push it through. And then if you just pull that one to make it so it won't come out. Okay, so then you can just check again whether it closes the right way. So yeah, that is right at the minute. And then you get your other cheek piece, which should be somewhere around here. And again, the butterfly clip closes on the inside of their face. So it should look like that from the outside and that from the inside. So you put it on the bit ring again and do it up. Yeah. Okay, put it through both keepers. slide it, slide it, slide it, pop it through, and just pull that bit just to make it so it doesn't come out. Okay, so now, it's just gone through my head. Okay, so now you have your bit on, just last time, just check, so that is right. Right, take it off my head. Okay, so now you have most of your bridle put back together. So you have all of it right at the minute, you just need to add your reins onto it. So once again, I'm just going to put this down. So I've actually took my reins apart, so I've done it in 2 bits. So I've took them apart at the middle. So first of all, you're going to put them back together. Make sure they're the right way around so they don't get twisted. You're just going to do the buckle up. On these there's only one setting, so you're just going to do that, click, and put it back in the keeper, like that. So then you can run your hand all the way down the rein, like this. So that's flat, so just lay it on the floor, just to make sure your reins don't get twisted, and do the same the other side. Now they're lying in a massive space over the floor. So now I'm going to pick up your new bridle that you've just put back together. So this bit can go on here, and then these bits, so these bits aren't twisted anymore. So these ones are going to go in between the bit and the cheek piece. Okay, so you're going to put it on, and the butterfly clip, like the cheek pieces, are going to be towards their face. So it's not going to be pointing outwards, it's going to be facing in their face. So then you're going to do it up. I've just twisted it around, it shouldn't actually do this. Going to do that. Oh, and the reins have fell off my head. Oh well. Okay, and then pull that back and make it click. It will click. So I'm just going to put the reins on my shoulders and do the same with the other one, in between the cheek piece and the bit ring. That way around. So it should be like, should look like that. So the clean bit there. Put it through the keeper, like so, and through the other one, and then press it down and click it. Okay, now you have your bridle. So, oh, stuck to my hair. So what you have is your new bridle. That is how you put a bridle back together. Sometimes it can be quite hard because you want everything to be on the right side. You want your throat lash to go on the right side. You want all the bits, and an important thing is you have to remember what hole your cheek piece is, your nose band, and yeah, were on, because otherwise it will not fit your horse when you go to put it back on again. Also, I just have a cavesson bridle with a cavesson noseband and a snaffle bit. So this is like the simplest bridle to put back together, and it will not be the same for any other bridle. So yeah, that is how you put a bridle back together. So this is the finished product. Nice, clean bridle, ready to go back in the tack room or on your horse.